Hey B, how's it going? It's Thursday, March 20th, 2014, and doing this video for you. It's trading for March 18th and 19th. Both were challenging days. Not that every day has its challenges, but the market goes through cycles. It's just that some days are easy and some days are really difficult. But for me, it's really just a challenge of how patient I'm going to be on a particular day. And there was a great trader that told me once that the market is constantly advertising, and unless the market throws out an advertisement that's just really good, the market's going to have to work really hard to get my money. And so I always try to keep that in the back of my mind. So on the trading for March 18th. Now, overall, yesterday was FOMC day, and so March 18th was the day before. And so I'm already just aware that the market's going to be sluggish because there's a lot of participants that are going to be staying out of the market in anticipation of the news. I've noticed the same thing with when there's news out at 10, that I have to just really be careful to just wait because the market just tends to be sluggish because people are just waiting for the news. So you'll see something that just looks like maybe it's good price action or something, but it just pays to wait. It just pays to just not just jump in, just wait for something that's just really good. And so anyways, if I'm trading right, my trading setups will always incorporate two things, and it's really just two things. It doesn't get any more complicated than that. um, Number one is a price level, and number two is momentum or price action. I sort of think of them in the same way, but when I think of momentum and I think of price action, I think of that as the sort of thing that is likely to get other traders involved, and that's what I'm interested in. I'm not actually trading. I'm not thinking of the price action like I see a rejection candle and I think it's going to reverse. What I'm thinking is that I see the rejection candle and I'm thinking about all the other traders that have seen it as well, and I'm looking to see how they act on that, and see if there's a setup based on that. And uh, so looking here, let me into my first trade here. I took 3 trades on this day. 2 were scratch trades. 1 was a full win. The first trade came right after the opening candle, which was right here. Okay, so let me break it down in terms of the setup. First of all, this level here, 200 level, obvious level of support because price had bounced off of it. And the price action was that we got this, what closed as a bearish engulfing candle. All right. Now, just to take a step, just a real bird's eye view of this market looks like it's going to push through. It's a great candle. It's a great bearish candle, and it's looks like it's about to bust right through this level. All right. So now I'm not trading that, but that's my setup. That's what I see. I have the level. I have the price action, and now I want to see what happens next. And so I get that here because I mean I was ready to take a short here because I'm just looking just the way it looks, but I'm not jumping in. I just want to see what happens, and I make a case for a long here because this is the kind of candle that it's the kind of candle that is likely to get other traders involved in the market because everyone in the market is they're staying out. I mean, you have obviously participants in the market, but when those standing on the sidelines see this, that's when I know that I'm likely to get traders that are diving in, and I'm waiting to see if I could take advantage of that action. And so when traders are expecting this to break to the downside and that doesn't happen, that's my setup to go long. Now this one, it just barely made it to my target, but didn't. And I was thinking for a moment, I'm like, should I move my stop to lock in some profit? And I'm like, this is a pretty good candle. So anyways, I get taken out on that. All right. Now I'm already primed for my next setup, because just as this was a pretty decent bearish candle here, this one's a really good bullish candle. So I'm like, all right, well, you know, this by the time the market was about here, this market looks like it's going to take off to the upside. Instead, I got stopped out, and retraces pretty deep. All right, so I'm just waiting to see what happens here. Do you get that push up now? Now, here's the thing. You know, I have every bone in my body that's saying go long. All right, but I can't get in long here, because you know my stop would have to be down here, and I'd be buying at the top where everyone else is likely to be buying. And I don't want to do that. I do not want to be buying where everyone else is likely to get in this market long. If someone wants to get in this market long, I know that this is where they're likely to initiate, and I don't want to be that person. All right. What I want to do is wait to see what happens after all those people have initiated to go long there. And then we get this. All right. And it's always amazing to me how, you know, the moment I think that I've just missed a setup, the market actually provides something even better. um, so I'm ready to take a short here. All right. Because, I mean, not only do we have this bullish candle off of this support level here, that was likely to get to, you know, it's funny, actually, I had this level drawn in. I wasn't even thinking about that. I wasn't even thinking about it when I was talking about this right now. But yeah, I mean, we did kind of have that level, and price chopped on it, and then it looked like it was going to take off to the upside. But anyways, there's my, you know, that's my setup. The had there's really two levels here, but you know, had the levels, and we had the price action. We had this bullish candle, and just wasn't getting any traction on the upside. So you know, anyways, that's what's going on in my head when I'm looking at this and thinking through it. So this one cuts through pretty cleanly. So yeah, it was a great trade. So that was setup number 2. Now, in and of itself, this alone is already priming itself for my third setup, because this is well, we have momentum here. I mean, we have price action, we have momentum. We have 3 big bearish candles. So I'm already looking to see what's going to happen. All right. Now, I'm just looking at this level here, if you can really call it a level. I do mark it off. What interested me about this, I wouldn't consider this any strong level, except for one thing. This, in and of itself, even though it's not the best pin bar, it's sort of a nothing bar actually, but I was looking at it and thinking, well, you know, it is potential. It is possible that traders probably shorted that, and then you know, got caught in the back foot. So I was looking for a potential bounce there, and just waiting to see what happened. And sure enough, we did get a bounce there. So I'm like, okay, well, it's probably not going to continue to the downside, but I don't want to be buying there. I just want to see what happens. Quite honestly, I was ready to watch this thing break down further, but and then I was looking at this candle and I was thinking, well, this one probably could push down to the downside, but it didn't. So I ended up taking a long there. But this one I got, this was a scratch as well. Yeah. But yeah, so those were the three trades for March 18th. Let me move on to March 19th. All right, so this was FOMC day. I can't remember what all these levels were, but I do know that this was the underside. This was the bottom. Actually, it was probably this one actually, but this was the level that was more interesting to me. This was the this area here was the bottom of the channel, of the hourly channel, and I believe this was the top of that channel. And I had this level marked up just because it was sort of like that pre-market. It was an obvious range there. I was just watching how price sort of sold off there and then drifted downward. But the opening candle was actually here. I think it was this one here. And I'm looking at the market, and you could see there was some buying that came in here but failed. Buying came in here and failed. Buying came in here and failed. Some buying came in here and failed. And and I'm looking at these candles here, and I'm just thinking, literally every candle, I'm like, okay, there's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. There's nothing here. It's just going through my head. I'm just thinking, I don't have anything. I just don't have anything to trade here. And I get this. I'm like, okay, this kind of might be something here. All right. And then I get this. All right. Now that is something that I'm very interested in. All right. So there was like nothing here, because now I have this context of just the fact that we had people that were trying to buy this market, and now they know they're wrong. And it's likely to get those people. This is likely to get everyone to sell. All right, and it's plummeting into the underside of that range. Everyone thinks this is going to go. This is going to break to the downside. That's it. I think. Hang on, let me skip ahead just quickly because I think I can see. This is what we were trading into. I was looking at how the market had touched this level a few times before, and then there was this choppy area, and then price burst out of that area. So I was looking at this area for a bounce, and so the moment I see this, I'm ready to go. But in terms of the setup, again, great level here, and a massive candle into the level. All right, and that's my price action. And just the fact that it's a big candle, it's something that everyone sees. It's something that everyone's likely to get involved in the market. Remember, there's all the participants that are sitting on the sidelines in the market. This is the candle that they're likely to start jumping on, because this is where the market's starting to move. And everyone wants to catch the movement. They want to catch the market movement. And so that's what's getting me interested, and that's what I'm waiting for. So when I see that, that's what I'm like, I'm just primed and ready. I'm just waiting to see what happens. Now I do get taken out of that one, but now on to my next setup. This was setup number 2. And I'll tell you something. I was ready to smash this thing long. I was waiting for a long here. As I was watching this candle here. Watching this candle and then the next candle. And I was actually thinking to myself, I said, okay, If price comes down here and rejects sharply, I'm going to smash this thing long. All right. And I'll talk about that in a second. And that's is exactly what happened. And I was like, wow, all right. It rejected so fast. Yeah. The context of this is a setup for me. All right. Again, we have this level here, underside of the range. All right, and the bears are initiating. Obviously wrong. Not obviously, but you know, it traded with some strength to the bottom of this range, and now the market is going against them. So what I'm looking at here is for those shorts that initiated down here looking to bail, because they thought that this market was going to bust to the downside, breaking the underside of this range. Finally, didn't happen, and shorts are looking to bail here. All right, so now, by the way, there is a name for this pattern. This is the ABC pattern, where you have the A, the B, and then the C. And the way a lot of traders trade this is they will play the breakout of B. All right. And funnily enough, look what happens to those people that play the breakout of the ABC pattern. The market breaks to the upside, and then look what happens. All right. This is the thing, you know, I am looking for this market to go up here. All right. I'm already thinking, you know, this market ain't going to the downside. It's getting up there. All right, but I'm not buying here. I don't want to buy after these big green candles. I want to buy after I see big red candles. All right. You know, who's buying up here? It's just, you know, I just can't do it. I just, you know, I do make mistakes, and I do it sometimes, and you know, I kick myself later. But every time I've done that, I've always got, well, not always. Sometimes sometimes I get lucky. You know, broken clock is right twice a day. Sometimes I do get lucky, but most of the time I pay for it, and you know, just learn the hard way. I cannot be buying here. All right. The market takes off without me, then that's just the way it is. So I'm waiting to buy when price comes back down here. And now this one, this is the one, yeah, this is the one where I actually move my stop back. Yeah, it's not something I like to do. I definitely don't want to make a habit of that. It's not a good habit. But the reason I did it was because, see, first of all, you know, I was seeing this good thrust up here, and I'm thinking, okay, well, this could just push, and I'm not really worried about my stop at this point. When I start seeing this, I'm thinking, okay, what's probably going to happen is the market is going to try to retrace to the downside again. And remember what I just said about the, you know, the ABC pattern, people playing the break of that. You know, like I said, who is buying up here? You know, people buy the breaks of this, and look what the market does. It squeezed it. You know, yeah. The funny thing is, I mean, they were right. They were right about the direction, but it's just the entry that's abysmal. So the reason I moved my stop back here, you know, first of all, I do move it back, but then I realized that my stop needs to be in a place where I'm actually wrong on the entire setup, and I was willing to risk the extra 4 points to to have my target, because my target was going to be up here. I was looking for the market to push the, like, you know, my video on ranges. I was looking for it to go to the other side of the range, and I didn't know. You know, what I don't know is how it's going to get there, and you know, I thought, well, the market could come again to retest this area here, and the stop was just really in the middle of nowhere, and it needed to be under here, because this is where I'm willing to say, okay, I'm probably wrong on this setup. So it's funny because I actually didn't need to, although it came within 1 point of where my stop was. But you know, like I said, I was willing to risk the 4 points to see the overall setup through. And yeah, this market was choppy. It was really choppy. Honestly, you know, if I hadn't got this setup here and hadn't got this trade, I don't know what I would have done if I would have traded up through here. I mean, this is just, ugh. You know, sometimes it really pays to just stand aside. But you know, it's something that I've really struggled with for a long time, was just this constant thinking, like, that I have to make a profit every day, or that I have to, like, end the day making money, and it's just not about that. What it's all about, did I take a good setup? You know, was this setup a great setup? Did this setup follow my rules? You know, I'm not worried about making money. What concerns me is, did I take a great setup? And was this a great trade? And that's what I've had to learn to focus on. It's just you know, it just took a long time. I still, you know, I still have to work on that all the time, and it's, you know, it's never ending. It's always a constant improvement. But yeah, that's my thought process, and hope this was informational, and yeah, hope to see more videos from you, and safe trading. All right, take care.